Thank you for joining us for the Barbados Today morning news for Wednesday, August 9. I am Marie-Claire Williams. Our top story this morning, one former police commissioner says the current crime situation is not being properly managed. And the former top cop, Orville Durant, told Barbados Today the Attorney General needs to provide leadership in that area. He was speaking on the heels of the shooting on Kadooment Day, which left one man dead and several other people injured.
You know that I'm satisfied that a lot of the problem lies in the fact that, one, we are not generally managing the crime situation as it should be managed, or managing the society in such a way that you reduce the risk of crime. And the second one is the police force needs resources to, I would say, continue the kind of programs that were continued that we ran earlier, because we need to have more information on what is happening. And they say that there are shortages and all that. Possibly there's some of that there, but you need to pay attention to what is happening in your society and not just throw everything back on the police.
Culture Minister Stephen Lashley wants the perpetrators behind the Kadooment Day shootings to feel the full weight of the law. Lashley was speaking on the heels of the shooting death of 20-year-old Tareed Jr. Rock of Chapman Lane, St. Michael. Gunshots rang out on Spring Garden Highway sometime after 6 p.m. on Monday, and police officers who were on duty at the time discovered Rock's lifeless body with gunshot wounds. 20 other people were injured. Lashley told reporters that he was saddened by what he called a senseless act of violence.
But I believe, though, that when we have a violent act of the type that we saw yesterday, I think not only should we condemn it, and that all society should condemn it, but we should ensure that persons understand the consequences of this kind of act. And when I spoke of the whole question of the highest penalty, I really mean the highest penalty. Where you are engaged in that kind of reprehensible behavior, it is not for me, it's for the courts to determine that, but I can express a view that that kind of behavior should be quickly visited with the kind of penalty that should deter. I feel very strongly about that, because I believe that persons who who are guilty of gun violence should really feel the full weight of the law.
Meanwhile, Rock's father, Thomas Felicien, was more forceful in his condemnation of his son's shooting, and he called for those responsible to be hanged.
If we kill some person, family, and you go on, they're free, and in prison again, getting free food and that kind of thing to eat, because that's what it is. You're doing hard labor, you're doing nothing, you're coming back out and doing the same thing. If take it hang, that's me.
In other news this morning, the controversial National Social Responsibility Levy is among agenda items for the upcoming meeting of the Social Partnership. Business and union leaders met with Prime Minister Frundle Stewart at his Ilaro Court residence yesterday afternoon to finalize the agenda for Friday's talks. While not revealing the details of the final draft agenda, President of the National Union of Public Workers, Akani McDowell, confirmed to Barbados Today's Colvin Munzi that their concerns over the increased tax will be discussed.
We were all cordial. We understood what needed to be discussed, so therefore all of the partners came with a mindset to discuss those important issues, and we were able to settle, as I said, on what should be discussed on the 11th.
All right. Now, basically, from a preliminary testing of the waters, so to speak, at this, early meeting, do you get a sense that when you do meet on the 11th, what is set on that agenda when it is revealed would be achieved?
Well, that is my hope. That is our hope. I don't believe that we should go into any meeting without expecting some kind of significant result.
Last month, the trade unions and private sector staged a march against the NSRL and other budgetary measures. They have also been pressing for meetings with the Prime Minister to discuss their concerns over the austerity measures. The Child Care Board has launched an official investigation into a video circulating on social media in which a 14-year-old boy is seen to be performing oral sex on an older man. CCB Chairman Kenneth Knight said in a brief statement that the matter was brought to the board's attention on Friday and all information has been handed over to the police for further investigation and action. Police spokesman, Acting Inspector Roland Cobbler, told Barbados Today last week that the force had not seen the 29-second video, but he warned at the time that the matter would be investigated.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Who call and get your yams and potatoes? Wait, my girl, how you want to see you for long?
I got how you keeping, but you don't sell the nation paper no more.
But that paper is selling. This must now stop selling that. Look, one time I would have made a little dollar on the Sunday sun. But when Sunday night, I still trying to get the weather there.
Well, you know you can't call that the Sunday sun no more. You gotta call that Sunset News. Cause at no time that news stale.
People complain that them ain't got nothing in it to read and the price keep going up all the time. A woman abused me so sick the other day, tell me that she does read Barbados Today online for free. I can't take that abusing soul, so I switched to my potatoes and yams.
Well, let me tell you, if pork selling, you got to raise pigs. How much for the yams?
Oh, 75 cents a pound.
But that's cheaper than that stale news. Give me...
How much you want?
a pound.
Only a pound? Anyhow, these eating real good. Let me wrap them up for you. Come.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Thank you for staying with us. We're back now with news from the region. Jamaica's government and opposition are condemning the murder of a 17-year-old schoolgirl after she refused the sexual advances of men in her community. The National Security Minister and the opposition leader denounced Sunday's shooting of Michelle Moulton. The high school student and her 12-year-old sister were sleeping at their home in the corporate area community of Zimbabwe when they were shot. Michelle died from a gunshot wound to the head. The security minister says the incident underscores the difficulties the police face in their efforts to reduce crime. On the international scene, as tensions escalate between North Korea and the United States, Pyongyang says it is considering plans for a missile strike on the U.S. Pacific territory of Guam. The threat came hours after President Donald Trump told the country that any threat would be met with fire and fury. We get more in this Reuters report.
U.S. President Donald Trump on Tuesday giving North Korea his most aggressive warning to date.
North Korea best not make any more threats to the United States. They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen.
Just hours after those comments, North Korea's state-run news agency saying the DPRK is seriously considering a plan to strike the U.S. territory of Guam with missiles. But Reuters national security editor John Walcott says it's likely more tough talk than anything else.
It's loud rhetoric, it attracts attention, it puffs him up the same way that kind of rhetoric puffs any number of world leaders up. It doesn't mean he's about to do it, and frankly, I would not pay a lot of attention to the suggestion from President Trump that if Kim continues to threaten, it's going to be met with fire and fury.
And that takes us to the end of the news this morning. For more, you can visit our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also find us on Mix 96.9 FM. I am Mary Claire Williams. Have a good morning.